Hi you guys. So this video I'm just gonna let you know right up front. It might be a little bit long today. I always try to keep them short, but this one I'm not really gonna try to keep short. So I tagged most of you in the live video that Steph Davies did last night. But I just went back through and watched it again and took some notes, and I just really wanted to touch base with you guys because I think she just gave some really amazing tips. So she was talking about mindset and finishing the month strong. So the first thing I want to talk about, because I find this happens a lot and I know I'm guilty of it too, but we have to really try not to get caught up in the one or two people that say, yeah, I'm gonna sign up, and then you give them your link and then they don't sign up, or they say, oh, next week, oh, next week. We can't, yeah, of course, like, we get bummed out, we get discouraged, but you can't bank on those people, like, to hit your goals. Like, trust me, I get people that tell me all the time, yeah, I'm signing up tonight, yeah, I'm signing up tonight, and like a year later, guess what, they still haven't signed up. It's just because they aren't ready. It's nothing that you're doing wrong, but it's just really important not to put too much energy into that and like spend a whole day like chasing someone down, like, why haven't they signed up, and get really bummed out about it. Just move on. There is tons of people out there that need our help, so we can't just bank on those one or two people, like, oh, like, I've got 2 or 4 Success Club points in the bag because this person said they were going to sign up this week. They may sign up, they may not, but it's just important to not focus just on them, but to continue going out and helping more people and helping more people. And like, if people return something, or just try not to let it get you bummed out. It's really important to learn to just kind of say, yeah, that sucks, but push it to the side, move on. And just start fresh. Say, okay, yeah, that was shitty, but it's okay. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen so much. Like, that's just kind of part of the job. Sorry, I'm just kind of reading over my notes and then kind of touching base on them. So it's really important, like, for what I was just saying, to like kind of be able to push stuff to the side. In order to do that, I think it's important to know, like, to have a clear vision in your life and in this business. Like, where do you see yourself in this business? Where do you want it to go? If you have a really crystal clear vision of what you want and what you want to accomplish, it's going to be that much easier to push those things to the side when someone says they're going to sign up and doesn't, or someone returns a challenge pack, or it'll just be that much easier, because you're like, okay, you know what, yeah, I spent an hour talking to this person and now they're not going to sign up, or, oh, they signed up with someone else, or whatever. If you just sit down and look at the big picture and say, okay, in 2 or 3 years, I'm going to be here, and that one person that didn't sign up, or that one person that made a return, that's not going to matter. So it's really important to sit down and have a clear vision of what you want out of this business. If you haven't made a vision board for this year, or even for the month, sit down and make one and look at it every single day, you guys. I know, like, I made one in January for 2016. It's on my phone. It's the background on my computer. Like, I see it every single day. And don't get me wrong, like, I have bad days too. Like, I have days where I have friggin' 14 coaches inactive. I have people returned. I have people quitting. And it's like, I get bummed out and I'm like, oh, like, this sucks. Like, what am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. But then I think that's just part of this job. Like, I have huge goals, and like, in a couple years, when I'm where I want to be in this, those, inactive coaches and those returns, they're not going to matter. So don't get me wrong, it sucks. Like, it totally sucks. Like, I get it, but we can't sit and dwell on it and let it ruin our week or ruin our whole day. We just have to say, yep, it sucks, and then move on, because like I said, there are always going to be more people out there that need our help and that want our help and that are waiting to be helped. And also, like, by looking at the big picture, one person isn't going to grow this business. So if that one person that you were banking on, that you thought, oh my God, this girl or this guy is going to make an amazing coach, like I could just see them killing it in this business, and then all of a sudden they stop replying, or they just say not right now or whatever. Yeah, it's a kick in the face, but one person isn't going to make or break this business for you. Just remember that. It's all about mindset, and it can be hard. Like, I was always someone that was really like quiet, self-conscious, like second guessed absolutely everything I ever did in my life, and I still do. But this business has really helped me to just, think a little bit better about myself and know that I can do this. And it helps that we have such an incredible support team behind us, and all these ladies and some guys out there that are part of the team too, that just are always like supportive and have our back. And if we're having a bad day, we can share about it, and there's always someone there to lift us up. So like having a good mindset in this is so, so, so important. And it's not easy, because this isn't an easy job. But if you just think to yourself, like, I can do this, like, I want to do this, that's a big part of it. Personal development helps huge. I know it's not an easy thing to do, and it's something we can easily push to the side, but I really, really recommend doing it, because it's going to help with that mindset. So it being halfway through the month, that there's still tons of time, but we don't want to be like, oh, like, we started off the month strong and now it's slowing down, so like I'm just going to give up, or hey, the whole month has been slow, so I'm just going to not try the rest of the month. No, like, we still have 2 weeks. That is a ton of time to hit our goals and help more people and plant more seeds. We have to be creating endless conversations, you guys. We have to be relentless when we're posting on Facebook. If you're only posting once a day right now, post 3 times a day. Set reminders in your phone. Plan your post the night before. And make sure you're adding value to your posts. Like, don't just post just because, like, okay, yeah, there, I posted 3 times a day. Make sure you're posting something with value that someone's gonna want to stop and read and be like, oh, cool, like, that was really helpful, or thanks for the tip, or, post, some healthy alcoholic drink recipes, some quick and easy, like, snacks on the go, even if it's about, like, a quick way to do your hair if you're in a hurry, just something that's going to add value to someone's life. And don't forget, like, the 80-20 rule. 80% of our posting is supposed to just be for nothing, like us just giving for free because we want to help. And then 20% of your posts are going to be about the business. So if you're only posting once a day, then that one post a day shouldn't be, oh, join my challenge group, and then the next day, join my challenge group. You kind of have to earn those posts. So if you want to post once or twice a week about coaching, like join my team, then you need to be upping your amount of posts during the day, and just about other stuff, like whether it be your workout or a yummy Shakeology recipe or whatever. But you don't want to be just inviting, because then people are just going to think like, oh, like, she just wants my money, so you have to remember, we want to be adding value for nothing, and then, we want to ask people to join us. So another thing you can do is reach out to people who've been liking your posts. If you notice the same few people are always liking your posts, reach out to them, and not even to ask them, like, if they're interested, just simply say, hey, like, I just wanted to say thank you for being supporting me on my journey. And then that's going to start conversations. Update your dream team list. Or if you haven't made a dream team list, make one. If you don't know what that is, it's just sitting down and coming up with a list of like 25 to 50 people, even 100 people that you would love to have on your team. And then each day or every other day, message 1 or 2 of those people, or like some of their posts, comment on some of their posts, and then that's starting conversations. You always need to be growing in this business. If you're ever just sitting there one day like, okay, I'm done, like there's nothing else to do, then there's a problem. There is always so much to learn and you can be doing in this business. I just learned this from Steph's video last night, so I'm going to start doing that like now once I'm done this video. YouTube. She said that if whatever you're struggling with in your business, whether it's how to come up with like eye-catching posts, how to get Success Club points, how to go Emerald, how to go Diamond, how to get your coaches earning Success Club points, etc., to type that into YouTube. And she said there are hours of videos that talk about all these topics, and they're from top coaches that are giving us tips and tricks of how to do these things. So if you're ever just sitting there stuck, then think about, what are you stuck with? What are you struggling with? Type it into YouTube and, learn. Like, you can always be learning and growing in this business. And I think that's really, really, really important. And if you don't know what to do, please reach out to myself or another coach, like whoever you're comfortable with, and we can help you. It's really easy to be here on January 1st, when everyone's like, yeah, like New Year's resolutions, I'm ready to make a change. But then things will go wrong. Like, right now I feel like it's a little bit slower and it's easy to just give up, but it's a test. You need to be here through the good months and the bad months. Starting a business isn't easy. Like, do you know anyone that said, oh yeah, I just started a business, no problem, 2 months, I was making all kinds of crazy money? Like, no, like that doesn't happen. And this business is no different. I think people think because like this is a little bit different and it's fun and you're working out and drinking shakes that like it's all just gonna happen like that. But that is not the case. Like, I've been doing this for almost 15 months, you guys, and like it takes a while to build like that, like, I don't know, with people. Like I said in a video I think I posted last week, like I now just have people reaching out to me saying like, hey, okay, you've been doing this for 1 year and I've been watching you for 1 year. So now I'm curious, like, what are you doing? What's the 21-day fix? Blah, blah, blah. Like, people are always watching you. You may post something and you think, oh my God, that was such a great post. Like, I'm going to get a ton of feedback, and you get 2 likes. It's a kick in the face. Trust me, it happens to me all the time. And I'm like, what did I do? Did I post at the wrong time? Like, blah, blah, blah. But that's not it. Just because people aren't liking and commenting, it doesn't mean it was a bad post. It's just, hey, like sometimes people just, like I said, are watching from the sidelines and they want to know that you're serious about this and that you're in it, and they want to see you here a year down the road. So just keep it up. Like, if this is something you are passionate about and that you really want to do, then just keep doing what you're doing, keep showing up every day, and it will pay off. It just takes time. The vital behaviors, huge, you guys. There was the 4 vital behaviors: working out, drinking your shakes, personal development, inviting, and now the new one they just incorporated is recognition. So constantly recognizing people on your team or like challengers, etc. So you've got to be doing those every single day. That's kind of like the foundation of this business. So if nothing else, like if you aren't working out, you need to be working out. Because that's going to give you something to talk about and something to post about. And when you see people out and about and they're like, oh, hey, like, you look great, what have you been doing? Or, oh, like, I saw your post on Facebook about Insanity Max or 22-minute hard corps or 21-day fix. Like, that's going to give you something to talk about with people. So if you aren't working out and you aren't drinking your shakes, you got to sit back and say, why am I not doing these things? Because they're huge. And they, like I said, are the foundation of this business. And also another thing like Steph talked about is just that there's so much to gain from this business other than just like the products and programs. Like, you have to think like where you were before you started this journey and where you are now. Like, whether it's like, I know for me, like when I started this, oh my God, you guys, I weighed myself 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day. Every time I ate, like even the littlest meal, I weighed myself. Like, that was how I stayed in a certain weight category my whole life because I had a seriously awful obsession with the scale. And like I feared gaining weight. So anytime I ate something, I weighed myself. And if I got up over a certain weight, guess what? The next day, I didn't eat very much. Like that's how that's how my diet and like my fitness was. I would eat a lot one day and then, oh my God, I'm a pound or two above my weight. So the next day I'd barely eat anything. Like that's not healthy. And that's something I've overcome, like huge. I don't weigh myself anymore. Like I really don't. Like I just did the 3-day refresh. And if this was a year ago, you could bet your ass I would have weighed myself before it. I would have weighed myself on day 1, day 2, day 3. I didn't weigh myself at all that whole 3 days, before, after, nothing, because that's not important to me anymore. I now go by how my clothes fit, how I feel when I look in the mirror. So that is something I could share because maybe there are people out there that are going through the same thing and don't want to have to feel like that. Maybe it's that you're a better mom, you have more energy to run around with your kids. Maybe it's that you feel like you've become a better wife, a better girlfriend, a better friend, like just anything like that. Like share about it. You want to share what this company and what this opportunity has done for you. It's not just about making money and earning Success Club points. Like it's about getting healthy and happy. And if the shakes or the products or anything have done any of those things for you, then share it, because you never know who is struggling out there and what they're struggling with. And your story probably will relate to someone, if not a whole crap ton of people. Summer can be tough. See, I was kind of the opposite. I found like January, February, like these last few months have been tough for me. Whereas like last summer, I found great for me. It's like everyone's going to be different. I don't know how this summer is going to be, but I know it's a slower time for a lot of people because everyone's just like, bring on the margaritas, bring on the drinks, bring on the fast food, the barbecues, So we need to still be constantly reminding people that your health and fitness is still important and it's not too late to get started. You could do like a countdown to Canada Day weekend, and just say something like, how are you going to be feeling on Canada Day? Are you going to be out in jeans and a sweater and be sweating your butt off because you're not comfortable to wear a tank top and shorts? Or just something like that, and say maybe you've been that person. If you were someone last year, a couple summers ago, that didn't feel comfortable wearing shorts or a bathing suit, and now you're ready to rock the beach, share that, because there are a ton of people that are out there that I know wear lots of layers of clothing in the summer because they aren't comfortable, or they'll say I haven't worn shorts in 10 years, I haven't worn a bikini in this long. So we just have to share what this has done for us, and it will reach someone and you will help them. And they may not reach out to you right away, but eventually they will. Instagram. Okay, so this is something, it's funny that Steph touched on it because this is something I find a lot of you have been struggling with, and it's where to, because I've been adding now close to 10 new people a day to Facebook just because I'm kind of trying to up everything, up my posting, up the amount of people I'm adding. And I know a lot of you are saying that you're just running out of people to add, and they have a lot of coaches in common with you, so you're kind of shying away from adding them, which is good. That's I think huge. I definitely recommend not adding new people that already have a ton of coaches in common, because guess what? Their newsfeed's already going to be blown up with stuff about this, so we want to try to get new people. So I've now been going, some of my challengers, I'll go to their Facebook page and I'll go click on their friends, and then I'll click suggested friends. And guys, there's a whole new world of people. They have no coaches as mutual friends. And I'll still have a ton of mutual friends in common with them, so I don't have to feel like a total creep. So that's an idea. And also Steph mentioned Instagram. Instagram's a whole new world of, oh my God, 1 million people. So you can search hashtags. She's go on there and search the hashtag brown hair, tattoos, anything that interests you, and then just click on people. I find it's this business is more people you don't know. I've had people say to me oh Jen, you've already covered everyone in Belleville, and there's no point in me trying because you know, and that's just so crazy because a lot of like my coaches and challengers and stuff are people that I don't even really know. Like, they're not my best friends, they're not my family, they're not this and that. Like, they're people that, yeah, maybe I've met at some point in my life, whether it was public school or whatever, but a lot of times it's people that I don't even really know. So don't ever feel like, you know, there's no more people out there to be helped. There are top coaches that live in towns of 300 people and they're making this work. You just got to kind of find new and different ways to add, like, you know, add new people. And Instagram, I think, is great for that. And try that thing that I just suggested about Facebook. You're posting. Steph mentioned watching a video by Vito Lafata. So it's VITO LAFATA. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. But I guess he was at Summit last year and he's amazing. And he talks about getting out of that, like, posting the same thing every day. Posting, like, just generic, like, everyone's posting, like, oh, here's my shake, like, day 90, like, oh, here's my workout day, whatever, like, or a blurry photo. It just, I guess he talks about getting people's attention from your posts. And she said, like, if you're gonna do nothing else, watch that video. So that's on my list to do today as well. And you guys, I know it's scary to post like raw, real, personal things, but it's not something I am really good at yet. I've posted kind of breadcrumbs about it. Like I said, my obsession with the scale and stuff, like I've posted that a few times, and how I was pretty insecure, and like if someone would comment, like when I was in high school, like, Jen, I don't like the shirt you're wearing, it would literally ruin my whole entire night. And like if I had any chance to go home and change, you can bet your ass I'd go home and change. Like I cared so much about what people think. And at the beginning of this business, I still cared so much about what people thought of me. And it was so hard to post anything. Like my first before and after photos, oh my goodness, that was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like I literally posted, shut my phone off. And that's another thing Steph talks about. You just need 5 seconds of bravery. Make that post and walk away. And it'll get easier every time. You'll find that the more like raw and real you get, and the more you share with people, those posts are gonna get the most like attention. And I know they're not easy and you feel icky and whatever, but she made a really good point that, say there's someone out there who doesn't feel comfortable taking their clothes off in front of their husband. I know there are lots of people out there. Like I can say that about me. Like I was so self-conscious, like my neighbor used to say to me, like, Jen, just walk around your house naked when no one's home. Like just do it all the time and you'll feel comfortable. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, no, I can't do that. But just like we all have little insecurities and things like that. And there are people out there that are going to share those same insecurities. So she made a good point that if there's someone out there that's suffering or like battling that kind of insecurity, me just posting like, here's my shake, day 50 on my shake, or, oh, here's my workout. Like, that's not going to help them. So of course, like, you don't have to do a raw and real post every single day. That's not like what we're saying, but it's good to do that once in a while, to get deep and to share like something you've been struggling with and maybe how you overcame it, or maybe you haven't overcome it yet, but you're better than where you were. So just think about it. Sit down, make a list of things that you've wanted to share, but you're scared to share. And set a date. Like, you know what? I'm going to post about this day. Maybe you won't go into full detail like you'd like, but you're going to talk about it just a little bit. And if you need help on ways to share stuff like that, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I will try my best to help you come up with a way to post it. And I'll help you. Like, you can send it to me and I'll post it for you. But yeah, so just, it's important to share, the good and the bad, because a lot of people think sometimes like, oh, there's a Beachbody coach, all she does is work out and eat healthy and has a perfect life, and she's never has bad things happen. Like my little sister said to me that like people she works with think like, does your sister ever have a bad day? Like she just always seems so happy and blah, blah, blah. So like that really made me think like, you know what, they're right. Like I'm always posting about like good, 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 good. Like I never post about like that I wake up and I just have a shitty day, or this happened and I cried all day, or so it's important to share the good and the bad. People don't relate to perfect, people relate to real. So just remember that. Show up when others are choosing not to. You got to make a decision. You've got to jump in with both feet, or or are you just gonna sit back and dip a toe in this? So you got to kind of make that decision and sit down and think what you want in this business and just go for it, you guys. And I always love that saying that if it was or nothing worth having comes easy. And that's so true, because if this were easy, guess what? Every single person in the world would be doing it. So you have to, just stick with it if it's something that you want. Be relentless. Talk to a ton of people. Steph said that she talked to 37 people the other day or something, or the other week, and 4 people signed up out of 37. So it just goes to show that you've got to be talking to a lot of people. You've got to be making a lot of conversations. And she even said that out of those 4 people, like 1 was someone she talked to last year, 1 was someone she talked to like a couple months ago. So like it's so important to be constantly planting seeds, because when someone says no or it's a money thing, it's usually just they're not ready. They're just not ready to take that next step. They're not ready to invest that money in themselves, but they'll usually always be back. Oh, one last thing I want to talk to you guys about. I'm sorry, I warned you this wasn't going to be a quick video. Seriously, just some of the stuff she said, I just think a lot of you can, like, myself included, like I took so many nuggets. Like I wrote literally, you guys, like 5 pages of notes, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to start like implementing myself. And some of you may have already watched the video, but for those of you who didn't, because I know some of you aren't in Alive and Well, I had to make a video because I just think a lot of you could benefit from some of this information. So the last thing I want to talk about is go back through your posts and make note of what posts were like really good, that got a lot of like comments, a lot of likes, things like that. And just make note of the time you posted it, the day of the week, and what kind of content, like what type of picture you posted. And then use that, like be like, okay, so like I posted a picture yesterday, like that I finished my program and me flexing. Like I don't really share pictures of me flexing just because, like, I don't know, I kind of have little arms and it's not something I feel comfortable with. But like it got quite a bit of likes and quite a bit of comments and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I posted that Sunday at this time and this was what I wrote, this was the content. So like I'm gonna keep that in mind. Like, okay, so Sundays at this time, if I kind of post something about this, great. So it's good to keep in mind, especially if you're posting like any call to actions or like to join your challenge group. Just go back through a couple months and see like, okay, like yeah, Monday night I posted at 8:30 and I got a ton of interest. So then, okay, tonight I'm going to post at that time. I'm going to make kind of a similar post and just do it again. And don't be afraid. Like if you guys posted something like a month ago and it got a lot of good feedback, don't be afraid to repost that. Like people aren't going to remember. And you can always just like, I mean, if the wording was good and stuff, you can just create a new picture, or vice versa, use the same picture, change up the wording. Like people aren't going to remember. There's so many people on Facebook, like they won't remember. But yeah, I think that is all that I had to talk about. You guys are doing awesome. Posts have been awesome. I know some days it can be discouraging. It can be tough when, we just, like I said, we think a post is going to be amazing and we're going to get a ton of feedback, or when we set goals and, we fall a little bit short. But just don't give up and just focus on you and your journey, and the rest will fall in place. Just try to, like I said, set that big vision. Get a clear vision of where you see yourself in 2 years with this business. And then when someone quits, or when someone doesn't sign up when they say they're gonna, say, okay, that really friggin' sucks, but on to the next. There's a ton of people out there that need my help. So maybe you need to wake up in the morning and tell yourself some positive affirmations. I can do this. There's people out there that need my help. I'm an awesome coach. I'm this, I'm that. Maybe you need to do that every morning. Say 5 to 10 things that are positive about yourself. I just know you guys all want this and you're all doing amazing, and it's not easy. Like, it is not easy, and we all have bad days, and I have days where frig I would like to quit and go back to working full-time at the school board, but then I think no, I really don't at all, because like I love this job, and nothing, like I said, nothing worth having comes easy. This job isn't always butterflies and rainbows, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, we're helping a ton of people, and I feel like that there's no really better feeling than that. And yeah, I posted a little poll. I would like to do a Zoom with you guys this week. So if you guys could just tick off like what night would be best, and then I will do another one and seeing what time would be best. I just would really like to see all of your lovely faces and connect with you guys. I would like to kind of talk about going back to the basics, because sometimes I think we can overcomplicate this business a little bit more than it should be. So please take a second and just tick off what day would be best for you. That would be awesome. Sorry that this is such a long video, but at the same time, I hope it's helpful, and I hope you all have an awesome Monday, and let's finish this month strong, you guys. Have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Bye.